And welcome back. Part two today, Wednesday, July 29th, starting amino acids, peptides, proteins, part one here. This is not on test three. Test three ends at amines, okay? So don't worry about that. And homework 9 is due tonight because we just finished 25 there. Now, when we talk about amino acids, this is our first dedicated chapter to the biomolecules. So we'll have amino acids, we'll have carbohydrates also, and we'll have lipids and fats. We'll do a little bit more than the book on these biomolecules. You can get the supplementary book, uh, which is available in the bookstore. I will give you the material, though, mostly there that you can follow along just from my overheads and a little bit more than I cover. But we will do, structures of proteins, at least the basics of it. We'll get into a little bit of enzymology, the mechanism of catalysis by enzymes. Then we'll do translation from RNA into protein, and we'll do transcription from DNA into RNA. And the fats will pretty much follow what's in there. We'll go a little bit beyond the acyl triglycerides into cholesterols. But yeah, you can get that supplementary book and read about some of these other materials. I don't assign any problems out of the supplementary book, so don't worry about that. But what are we talking about here when we do the biomolecules? We're talking about biology. So the central dogma, how DNA, the nucleic acid sequence that's stored in the nucleus of every living cell, right, is converted into RNA, uh, ribonucleic acid, and the D stands for deoxy here. We need to get into that with sugars. And then the sequence is directly transcribed into RNA, and then it's translated into protein. And the proteins then make everything else. Okay, all the small molecules, all the metabolites, and everything else. This is called the central dogma of biology, and notice it's all based on organic compounds. So the basics of it, the structure, and some of the reactivity we're going to cover in these last few chapters here. Let's go up to the board or the screen up above here. And this is a program, another free one that's available for you to look at. It's called Proteope